This is Master Combine. I bring you I believe it's the 8th entry in the CO guidebook. 7 or 8. I'm not quite sure, I forgot the count. Regardless, today I bring you probably my favorite orange star seal in Sami. Well, probably because I'm divided between Rachel and Sammy. They are both seals I like a lot. With that being said, I hope you guys will enjoy that seal review. And I will probably uh, surprise most of you with my thought on that seal. From the get-go, let's speak about her day-to-day. She has a 20 or 30 firepower increase, I believe, on her mech and infantry. That means her mech and infantry are better than your usual infantry or mech. And she also has something that makes her very strong and dangerous. A lot of people underestimate her, but her infantry and mech have a crazy capture game. They have 50% more capture. So this means her full HP infantry, instead of capping for 10 HP, they will cap for 15 HP. If the unit has 9, I believe it becomes 11 instead of 15. When it's 8, I also believe it's something like 10. I'm not quite sure of the number, but I know that when she is at 7 HP, she captured 10 HP on the building. So her capture game is just very strong. To balance her out, they nerfed her direct units, making them lose 10% firepower. So this means her tanks, battlecopter, bomber, and anti-air are at 90% firepower instead of 100. And this is okay, this makes her fair, I guess. I say I guess because her capture game is still very strong and crazy. The thing is, you need bare minimum 2 units to interrupt her cap. Of course, if you have your power or super active, maybe you only need 1. And if the infantry or mech is already damaged, it's different as well. Now let's speak about what everyone wants to know. Or what everyone already know, I don't know. Her power and super. Her super breaks the game. It's amazing. Costs you 8 stars. Gives 2 space to mech and infantry to move even further. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention on Advanced Wars by Web and Black Hole Rising, her transport copter and lander and black boat and APC, they all move faster by 1 space. So this means they are really good. Her black boats are just crazy, moving 8 space instead of 7. This is very good. I almost forgot about that, and I play her all the time. I just don't notice it that much because I'm just used to it and I just know it. But yeah, her transport are really good. Now let's go back to power and super discussion. So Victory March, the super of Sami, gives 2 space to mech and infantry. This is really good. Your mech have now 4 range. 5 range? 4 range? I don't know how to count. It's 4 range for mechs, 5 range for infantry, and this is really good. Especially combined with her day-to-day. But guess what? Her super makes her broken. Because on top of that, you got extra firepower with your mech and infantry. And more than this, you instant cap any building. So this means you have an infantry 1 HP, there's a building full HP in range, you jump on the building, it's yours. So this gives you a great push. On paper, this breaks the game. With this super, if your opponent is not smart enough or your opponent made a mistake to leave his HQ open for cap and you are in range, you win the game. Even if he's winning, even if he has a better army than you, if you reach the HQ, it's game over. This is very good. This is very strong. This breaks the game. And let's speak out about the underrated power she got. I say underrated because most of the player online don't realize she has a really strong power. Why is that so strong? She only gains 1 space for mech and infantry for 3 stars. Yes, this is true, that looks like not a lot, but she also has firepower buff mixed to that. But what makes this good is the fact that her day-to-day is strong with mech and infantry. So using the power means you can reach more building, and that will force your opponent to drive more forces toward your mech and infantry instead of attacking your direct or indirect units. And you are happy about that. And if the person thought you would save up for your super and place his tank 1 space away from the mech, you have your power, you pop it, you feel proud, the other one feels stupid, you shut down the tank. This is how Sami works. And even that outside, having mechs move 3 space, it's really good. Having infantry move 4 space, it's really good. You come closer to any building you want. And I must say, even if it's not instant cap, just like the super, you will improve your capture game. Because you will gain spaces. You will reach places you could not before. And this is what is worth. Now, I must say it. I played a lot Sami, and I played a lot against Sami. So I know how most of the game plays out. Most of the player will save up for the super because it's game breaking. Costs you 8 stars. Most of the time, my opponent were only able to get 2 or 3 building for 8 stars. This is 3k. Of course, if these were not neutral and they were yours, this is maybe 6k because you lost 3 and he won 3. But you can still take these building back. Nothing stops you from getting the building back. And nothing stops you from locking your own building. I said 2 to 3 building, but these times were times where I was already losing or where I was not able to protect enough of my building. Because trust me, most of the time, people don't use their super because I'm smart enough to lock my buildings. Or sometimes they will use it because they think getting 1 or 2 building is good. Well, okay, you stole 2 building, I will just get them back. The fact that she has bad direct unit makes her balanced, a balanced steel, and she will have hard time to maintain her advantage because she will rely on indirect. Of course, if she has direct, they can still do some stuff, but your direct most of the time will be better than hers. And also here, let's speak up about the power. As I said, the power improves her capture game. And this is 3 stars. So this is early in the game. So if you improve the already good capture game, don't you think you will increase your chance on winning? Instead of waiting like 10 turns to get 3 more building, you can, in 2 turns instead of 1, get a lot of building. With your power active, you can probably jump 3 building, the same amount of what your super could give you. The difference, you don't get them right away, you have them the next turn, or your opponent send troops on your capturing units. So this means these troops, you can shut them down while they are occupied with your mech and infantry. So this is why our power is good. By day 5, if you use the power, or day 6 if you use the said power, maybe you will gain 2 or 3 buildings from your opponent, or neutral building that your opponent should have at that point. But you got these because you got the extra movement. Now speaking about her tier, Advanced Wars by Web, consider her in Fog of War tier 4. Now I'll tell you this, she should be tier 3. Not 4, 3. Now, what makes her tier 3 is the fact that she has bad direct, and this is really hurting her a lot. But if she had good direct, she would be probably tier 1. Or probably tier 0. That's why her directs are weaker. So you see, in my own opinion, she should be tier 3 Fog of War. Now, I know in Standard she's considered 2. I don't know, I won't speak about Standard. I'm not playing Standard enough, and I don't like Standard enough. So all I will say, she should be tier 3. She is really underrated. She is, in my own opinion, the better tier 4 seal if you play Fog of War, because she should not be tier 4. So with everything being said, how to counter Sami? Kill off her infantry and mechs. You need to kill her infantry and mechs. Don't leave them at 2 HP. Don't leave them at 5 HP. Because if the guy does a super, any low HP unit can cap instant. Or even there, if he spams his power, even a 5 HP infantry can be annoying and pressure one of your building. So first strike with the 5 HP, she take out 8 HP from the building, it's at 12. So you're like, oh yeah, I will just leave him be, I still have time. But he joined cap, so the next turn if you don't kill his infantry, you lose a building. So kill off her mech and infantry. Have a lot of anti-air ready and a lot of tank ready. If you are playing as Sami, I suggest you to have a good balance between artillery and tanks. If you have access to battlecopter is a must, and tier as well. But your big game plan with Sami is pressure your opponent. Have a lot of mech and infantry. Have APCs. Sami is the best seal to use transport. I'm not a fan of transport, but she is the best seal to use transport. Because her day-to-day makes her mech and infantry really good. And her APC, if you play Black Hole Rising or Advanced Wars by Web, are really good. If you play Zoro Strike, it's different. You lose the movement bonus. But even there, transport are still good without the movement bonus. So, worst nightmare for Sami, any seal with extra defense. She will struggle against Javier 1 Com Tower. She will struggle against Bombolt, Kambai, Sturm. She will also struggle against CEO, very aggressive like Max, Grim, Jess. Eagle at some extent can really pressure Sami. She don't really care about double damage. because most of the time she uses mech and infantry. Her tank, anti-air, and artillery are just there to assist, to take out the threat. Her true game board is infantry and mech, so if she goes and gets Olaf and Drake, she don't really care. Her 8 HP infantry or mech will still do the job. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I also must add this up. Sami versus Grit. It won't go well for Sami. Why? Because, Enderex. So, yeah. I hope guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.